Still feeling it.
Get free on-road costs worth over $3,000 on Hilux 4x4 SR5 Auto. Search Toyota Value. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
A white lady prepaid funeral means everything is organised and paid ahead of time. And because it's white lady funerals, I know everything will be planned to perfection. whiteladyfunerals.com.au.
The joy of travelling the world is now on sale for 1 week only. For incredible deals on all international flights, be sure to book before midnight tonight at Webjet.
At Target, enjoy happier holidays with 20% off Lego and Fisher-Price toys. Keep the smiles coming with 20% off Lego and Fisher-Price toys. Enjoy happier holidays at Target. Offer ends July 18. Styles may vary from store to store. Exclusions apply. See in store.
The Tigers have reignited their finals hopes, snapping a 4-match losing streak with a thrilling upset over the Dragons. Fatigue was a factor for St George Illawarra, who went down by 4 points.
Sunday afternoon on the hill at Cogra, barely a Tigers supporter in sight, but the red and white army were quickly subdued.
Brooks is going to score. Luke Brooks gets a try on his 100th.
Ben Hunt showed no sign of an Origin hangover, weaving through flimsy Tigers defence to get the Dragons on the board.
A little number 7. The $1 million man. Then the Hatters scored for the Dragons.
He wasn't the only Origin star breathing fire.
Brooks, monster play Brazil.
That only spurred the Tigers on. They taunted their opposition with some fancy footwork and danced their way over.
Left foot, right foot, puts the ball over the line. Tommy Thompson has scored.
The Dragons weren't anywhere near as slick, bombing this attempt. Making their day even worse, Paul Vaughan struggling with a calf injury.
Oh, he's limping quite badly now.
An upset was brewing, the Tigers extending their lead even further.
And over the line they go. Nofaluma has scored.
But the Dragons love a late fight back, and it was on. They left it a little too late this time, falling agonisingly short. The final score 20 points to 16. Danica Mason, NBN News.
It was supposed to be a last-ditch effort to keep their finals hopes alive, but Manly's clash with Melbourne was typical of their season. Nothing went the right way for Trent Barrett's men, and in the end it was just plain bad luck that cost them victory, 14 points to 13.
They had every opportunity against an understrength Melbourne, but the Seagulls' last chance to save their season slipped away.
Rugby league's a roller coaster and been on it this week.
Manly raced to a 12-point lead before a controversial pass allowed Siliasi Vunivalu to put the Storm on the board.
The pass judge is right in line with it. He is right in line. That's not a good decision.
It wasn't the only contentious call. With 9 minutes to go, Melbourne was gifted a late penalty from an offside.
Oh, it's an accidental offside. That's not a penalty.
The final score, 14-13, leaving Trent Barrett fuming.
Got to be very careful what I say. I will be having a really good look and asking a fair few questions about some of the calls.
As I said, we were probably a bit lucky to win tonight.
He was the hero for the Storm, but Cameron Smith still had plenty of tough questions to answer, denying any feud with Billy Slater and Cooper Cronk.
I've got no issue with those guys. No issue at all. And I think, Billy's addressed it last week, I was told, so that's where I'm at with that.
In Canberra, a hat-trick from Michael Oldfield kept the Raiders' finals hopes alive, leading them to a 38-12 win over North Queensland. If the Green Machine are to make the finals, it's likely they'll have to do it without captain Jared Croker, who limped off after dislocating his kneecap.
The Broncos have dropped to 8th on the ladder after going down to the Warriors this afternoon. Brisbane struggled, scoring just 1 try in the 26-6 loss. The result pushes the Warriors up to 6th on the table. Both Croatia and France will be at full strength for tonight's World Cup final in Moscow. 5 Croatian players had been under an injury cloud, but all completed the final training session and have been passed fit to play. France is unbeaten at international level against Croatia and heads into the match a strong favourite. Waratahs will have to lift their game in the Super Rugby finals after a disappointing performance against the Brumbies. New South Wales crumbled in a shock loss to the ACT side, 40 points to 31. The Tars host the Highlanders in a knockout quarter-final next weekend. In just a moment. Angelique Kerber spoils Serena Williams' return to the All-England club. And a spectacular victory for Rhiannon Ifland.
You hit, mate.
Yeah, it's the fully loaded D-Max.
Yeah. Let's go off, right?
Mate.
Get the top of the range Isuzu D-Max for just $59.90 drive away.
It's alive! With acidophilus and bifidus, this just organic yogurt is alive with the good stuff! And now it's only $5 for a 1 kilo tub! Good, different.
Ever since I was 5 years old, it's been all about football. It's been about running, jumping, blocking, tackling. I had terrible foot issues that prevented me from really having a normal life with my kids. With the good feet, arch supports, man, I'm always ready. My kids actually got to enjoy me in the yard more, racing each other, backpedaling, teaching them some things, being a dad.
See if they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at Good Feet Store Katara.
Hello, Australia. Take out your CTV Green Slip with Amy and you'll get access to the Amy Lucky Cup with a range of exclusive experiences to enjoy. CTV with Amy. Now that's lucky.
Lucky, you're with Amy.
You had a terrible choice: recover the plutonium or save your teeth. Now the world is at risk.
I want one of my own men on a mission. You use a scalpel. I prefer a hammer.
CIA's been infiltrated. I don't trust anybody outside of this room.
You go rogue, he's been authorized to hunt you down and kill you.
No hard feelings.
This guy's a piece of work.
Mission Impossible Fallout.
Is your tummy in tune? Fibre helps the good bacteria in your gut to thrive. So start your day with a bowl of Kellogg's Fibre cereal. Is your gut fibre fit?
Hey, Jack. That was a really good flat white. Thanks, mate. Did you do something different? I don't think so. Alright, I had a little bit of help.
Introducing the new blend of McCafe coffee. Our smoothest, most delicious blend yet. McCafe, we're coffee people.
Hey, how you doing? I'm the driver you called to take home the girl. Number anything you might have used to record what you did to her.
Knocked on the wrong door tonight, Pops.
Come on.
So I get a 5-star rating, George.
Hey, yo, Mr. McCall.
Who are you? People do bad things. I'm gonna get it right.
The Equalizer 2 in cinemas Thursday.
The Swans have stolen a last-minute win over North Melbourne. The final quarter was an arm wrestle, Buddy Franklin kicking 2 to put Sydney in the lead before the Kangaroos stole it back. But Aliir proved the hero in the final 2 minutes, kicking the winner for a 6-point victory. Greater Western Sydney is back in the top 8 after a thrilling finish over reigning premiers Richmond. After racing ahead in the first quarter, the Giants led at every change. The fast-finishing Tigers saw them come within a kick in the final quarter, GWS just managing to hold on for a 2-point win. Serena Williams will have to wait a little longer to complete her fairy tale comeback by winning a Grand Slam as a mother. Williams just couldn't match the intensity of Angelique Kerber in the Wimbledon final, going down in straight sets.
Serena Williams is queen of the court. But in London, the real royalty was watching on from the stands. A case of double duchess for the ladies' final. Meghan and Kate stepping out together for the first time without their husbands. The pair meeting bald boys and girls. Meghan cheering on good friend Serena from the royal box. Unfortunately, the high-profile support had little impact on the match. Angelique Kerber dominating from the opening game. Her power and speed too much for Williams. The German's third Grand Slam title won in just over an hour.
Playing free today, and I tried, but Angelique played really well.
Novak Djokovic will have less than a day to recover for the men's final. His semi against Rafael Nadal, another epic. Resuming the suspended match in the fourth set, the two modern-day greats slugged it out for 5 hours and 15 minutes. An exhausted Djokovic, summoning strength from the crowd, wrapped up the fifth set 10-8, setting up a clash with South African Kevin Anderson. Luke Duffy, NBN News.